Welcome to Virtual Internships, and congratulations on confirming your acceptance onto the Virtual Internships program. You are one step closer to beginning your internship. But the next step is a big step, and that is placing you in a quality host company. To confirm, host company placements take time. They won't happen immediately, and you can expect to receive your host company placement within 1 to 6 weeks prior to your start date. Remember though, Virtual Internships guarantees a host company placement. This means you don't have to worry about what if, as we will find you a suitable placement prior to your start date. And finally, we follow a linear placement process, which is explained throughout this presentation and is really good for you to understand going into the placement process. So what is the linear placement process? The placement process we follow is a linear placement, meaning that all students are only introduced to one company at a time. And should they decide to decline the offer, that host company will be permanently off the table. At no point will a student be able to see 2 or more placement opportunities at one time, but will always be looking at each opportunity linearly. What you might understand easier than the linear placement process is how one would traditionally apply for a job, which is through direct applications. Upon graduating, you might apply to jobs, and you might apply to 1, 2, 10, 100, and wait for our responses back. The downfall is there's no guarantee of placement. You might get 20 responses back positive, or you might get 0. Also, opportunities, just like the linear placement process, are not likely to come at one time. So regardless if you get multiple opportunities, you will most likely have to accept an offer while awaiting the outcome of another, or potentially decline an offer, not knowing if another will come. Direct applications are the most common way to apply to jobs, but when working with an internship provider such as Virtual Internships, we have created an opportunity to get a guaranteed placement. And while managing the expectations of both stakeholders, the host company, and yourself, we have created a placement process that will meet the needs of both stakeholders. Looking to our linear placement process, Virtual Internships works with over 1,000 host companies to review and reach out to the best suited to your career field and skills. Virtual Internships will present your profile with a host company who may decide to hire you immediately or request an interview. And furthermore, just like direct applications, at the end of the day, the company is hiring you for a real internship role and reviewing your profile, resume, and experiences prior to making this decision. On screen is a graphic which might help explain the linear placement process a little bit better. Essentially, what you have is once you have confirmed your admissions offer and your placement on our virtual internship program, we will begin to reach out to host companies. Once a host company expresses interest, they might offer you the placement directly or schedule a virtual interview. After the interview, the host company and student will walk away and reflect on the opportunity. And if the host company says yes and the student accepts the offer, you will move forward to a confirmed host company placement. But if the student decides to decline the opportunity, what will happen is the student will then be introduced to new host companies and complete the virtual interview application again, while the previous host company will then be introduced to new interns. As we do guarantee an internship placement, we will continue this process until we have successfully placed you in a host company that meets your skills and experiences and is within your career field. To get started on the linear placement process, Virtual Internships will take multiple steps. First, our placement teams will review your profile and reach out to 2 to 5 companies on your behalf. Once a company moves forward with an offer or an interview request, we will stop outreach to all other companies. Your program experience manager will reach out with a request for interview if required, and you can respond within 24 hours, approving the interview and moving forward. After reviewing the opportunity or completing the interview, if you have any concerns, your PEM will also be on hand to discuss the opportunity with you and see the best path forward. While an interview prior to host company placement might not always be required, we do ask that any student who receives an interview request accept the interview offer. Saying no prior to the host company, explaining the opportunities, projects, and skills that they will offer will ultimately lower your chance of finding a great host company and broadening your career exploration. Saying yes to an interview does not guarantee a placement and allows you to say no to the opportunity after the interview. So we do request that all students keep an open mind and accept any requested interviews. During the interview, we suggest that you really understand your motivation and be able to articulate it to the host company. Also, complete research prior to the interview, demonstrating that you have taken the time to research the company and the sector or industry that they exist in within the country. And finally, be able to articulate your skills. Articulate 2 to 4 skills you will bring to the table and how that will be beneficial to the host company, and also note 1 to 2 skills you hope to gain to help the host company understand what projects they can give you to really hone those fine skills. While we work hard to match you with host companies that are within your chosen career fields, there might be a time you must decline an opportunity. If doing so, we will need you to articulate 3 skills you would not get in your current role. An acceptable reason to decline would be looking at the skills you are not getting from the opportunity and moving forward what skills you would like to get in the role. We ask that you don't focus on the opportunity to see other offers. Go too niche in your chosen career field, choosing a very niche topic instead of a broad career field. Basing your decision off of company size or name recognition, or looking at not at just transferable skills, but the whole picture. Given your day-to-day, you might find projects that don't directly meet your needs, but some will, and finding that balance is key, but saying no just because one of many projects isn't a fit isn't the right move forward. To conclude, we want to reiterate that Virtual Internships is dedicated to finding you the right opportunity based on your skills, experiences, and chosen career field. The world of professional careers is far and wide, and we ask you to remain open and flexible to new roles and industries as you gain real-world experiences. To confirm, our placements are based on your resume and past experiences, your chosen career field, your noted key skills on your application and within your resume, and your broad interests. Eventually, we would like to really articulate the key outcomes as well. We would like you to see increased NACE career readiness competencies to include critical thinking and problem solving, oral and written communication, teamwork and collaboration, digital fluency, leadership, professionalism and work ethic, career management, and global and intercultural fluency. We also want increased career exploration, better understanding roles, careers, and industries that you can apply your education to succeed in. We also want you to learn what you don't want to do in the future, which at some points can be just as important as learning what you do want to do. We also want real-world work experience that you can showcase on your resume and in future job interviews. And finally, of course, we want you to take this opportunity, your education and your skills, and apply it to a future full-time employment. We're excited to get you started on the linear placement process and get you a confirmed host company to begin your internship experience. If you want more information in the meantime, please reach out to your program experience manager and request to see past examples of placements within your career field to see skills and projects that past interns may have completed. You can also reach out to your program experience manager to discuss the placement process in general and to get more broader understanding of the linear placement process. And finally, do check out our resources. We have a great webinar on YouTube exploring how you can use transferable skills for future success, and understanding those key transferable skills you'll gain will keep you open-minded when coming to the placement process. Finally, for any and all questions, we do ask that you reach out to hello@virtualinternships.com because we have ready staff able and willing to answer any and all questions to the linear placement process, virtual internships, and professional development. Once again, congratulations on your acceptance to the Virtual Internships program. We look forward to working with you on the linear placement process throughout your internship, as well as upon completion to apply the skills learned and developed throughout the internship to future career management.